Hello, everyone. So it's 6 o'clock, and I'd like to say hello to everyone that has tuned in to the Hamilton Center for Civic and Anti-Racism online session. As many of you may or may not know, we were supposed to host a 2 day anti-racism conference um, in March 27th, March 28th. But due to the global pandemic, we had to postpone the conference. In lieu of having the conference, what we've been doing is we've been hosting these online sessions, and hopefully, it is our estimation that maybe at sometime in September we'll be able to some version of the conference, and we had about over 80 workshops and panelists that so we'll try our best to see how we can we can have those happen in the near future. But for now, we're having these online sessions, and today we're talking about combating racism in the media. Before I introduce our guest speakers, I think for those of you that have been tuning in since we started these sessions, uh, we we've tried to find tangible ways in which we can acknowledge the fact that we are settlers here on this land, and instead of uh, reciting a land acknowledgement that seems to be the operation of ends. What I've elected to do is ask those that are tuning in to check out the website for check out the website for the Yellowhead Institute, and they can be found at yellowheadinstitute.org. And once you get there, you'll be able to find important information related to many indigenous issues that are happening on Turtle Island. So that is what we'll offer you in as a tangible way to address issues. So, as I said earlier on today about combating racism in the media, our guest speakers are our guest speakers are Nam Kiwanuka and Pasant Matar. Nam Kiwanuka is a multi-platinum journalist and producer of The Agenda with Steve Pakin, Ontario's leading primetime foreign affairs show, and host of The Agenda TVO. She has hosted magazine shows for the NBA, CFL, and was a Much Music VJ videographer and BET, and was a columnist for the BBC Focus on Africa magazine. Our next speaker, Pasmata, is a writer and senior producer at the Antica Productions, where she's developing and creating podcasts. She spent 10 years working at CBC, starting becoming a radio producer for their first flagship current affairs programs. She joined Deutsche Welle. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Deutsche Welle. And Coach, we're having a little bit of trouble hearing you. The sound is quite garbled, so I'm not sure what's going on, but maybe we can improve the sound quality a little bit.
Okay, how is it now?
It's kind of garbled. You were much clearer in the test session.
I was much clearer in which?
Just while we were testing earlier, it was very clear, but now it sounds quite garbled.
Uh-oh. Uh, how about?
Try to first while you sort of the audio.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
So why don't you start off by introducing yourself and telling us how you got involved in the media industry?
Okay. Will you go first or do you want to go first? Yes, go ahead. Say me by a host. It's really nice to be able to connect with, especially since most of us are stuck at home and there's so much uncertainty. We appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us. My name is Sam Kiwanuka. I got my start in media in a really kind of around the way, like, I don't think I should have been part of the media, but I just happened to end here kind of by accident, but a great accident. When I was in high school, I actually wanted to go into engineering. There was my grade 13 teacher. I'm that old. Back in the day, we had grade 13. And my English teacher said to me, you're really a great writer. You should consider journalism. And I have to admit, at the time, I was like, journalism? What is that? Thought about it because I just never had anybody, any teacher, express any kind of my future. And so I was going to become an engineer because growing up in an African family, in the sciences, the math, those are the real, professions, and professions allow you to have some kind of steady income, steady life. Anyway, for journalism, and I think of a university. One of our teachers need to get a internship final year, and they were helping us a little bit, but not really. It was just kind of like if you find, right, it's your problem to deal with. But at that time, I was reading for magazines. I used to write for an urban magazine called Mic Check, and I really loved working. I really loved working in the music industry. And back in the day, there's a kid, just Googling, a little bit of a crush on him.